artists carry certain images around with them, like most people do. There are places that may be remembered as a favorite spot to recline in or to experience the out of doors. And for the artist, some of these favorite images can be brought forth. And if they are not actually depicted, say stroke by stroke, the tree or the moving water or whatever, but some other sensation and say response to a space, this is, of course, a challenge and also a stimulating journey to begin. And when I look at a flat plane, whether it's a canvas or a wooden panel, I kind of ruminate over certain positive choices that will affect the perception of what is close at hand or what is further away. And for some artists, they are happier with a very flat space, whereby almost like a graphic letter design, it sits on the surface plane. And for others, there's a degree of modeling and quasi-atmospheric effects which are enjoyed and say built upon or manipulated. But for me, it's when I'm entering this condition of flatness, of the flat surface, I'm really, in a way, trying to divulge this experience of some actual event of walking through some space, interior or exterior. I'm trying to divulge this experience or to establish it in certain primal ways, that is a shape or a particular color to start things out. But I'm also interested in layering, that is, to develop a kind of mystery, let's say, whereby the viewer is encouraged to, say, peel away at these layers, that is, perhaps through some, not really an actual window, but some opening is developed, or a series of openings, which invite the viewer to meander or to progress into this space, whether it be, as mentioned, rather shallow or flat on the surface, or something a lot deeper. Of course, of the Renaissance and perspective of the classical world, that has been well exploited, but for our time, our sensibilities are riveted on the flat surface, and in a sense, the impromptu or improvisational working method, whereby things are suggested through strokes of different brushes or painting knife, and certain colors assume a primary role. It doesn't have to be reds or even blues, any of the primaries. It could be say, secondary colors and relationships of black and white and so forth. Certain shapes suggest a certain kind of movement. And for me, of course, I like the idea of forms that seem to be stationary and fix the eye. That is something from a classical architectural vocabulary, being arch or vault system. And these are shapes and symbols that refer back to my interest and devotion to listening to classical music, and often that which is sung. So the music score and the various music notation on the page are seen, say, enlarged or transfigured into something architectural, and or even a series of let's say, markers that could be architectural, or even a simple suggestion of a figure, so let's say a torso, the male figure, the female figure, and certain forms in my lexicon would have been, say, nicknamed Actaeon and Diana, classical figures from Greek mythology. So it is this it's the delivery or the possibility of having the figures suggested in that way, and also an opportunity to use that as, let's say, a controlling metaphor that allows me to manipulate shapes and colors, which are, again, guided or inspired by certain references to architecture, to figure, and to a wandering through landscape, which is, of course, the final, say, the larger world, if you will, that allows for a lot of adventure unto itself.